Everyone, welcome to the first live stream of the year on my YouTube channel. It is Hayao Miyazaki's birthday, so we are going to be sketching this wonderful person who has created so many inspiring and beautiful tales and so much imagery that has inspired so many people. And yeah, I'm really happy to be here with you for the first one of these daily drawing practice streams. I'm hoping, now that the kids are going back to school and they'll hopefully be asleep sooner, that I'll be able to do this again daily for who knows how long. And tomorrow school starts again, so they have to be in bed early. So maybe 9 p.m. This is about half an hour later than I would have liked to have started. But a continual drawing practice together is something which I appreciate very much. And it was wonderful having so many of you along for the Advent series. And I will just show you ads, says Louisa. Hello, Louisa. Hello, Sayan. Ulverine, Kiki. It's so nice to have you here. If you're watching this live or the replay, tell me in the chat or the comments that you're here watching, because it's nice to know who is watching and where you're watching from, what you're going to be drawing with. And I'll just show you a few of the drawings. A few of them. I'll show you all of the drawings that I have been doing so far as part of this daily sketch series. This reference, by the way, I shared to the Discord server. Everyone is welcome to join the Discord server. Stina gave me this sketchbook. So Stina was the first drawing I did here, and all of these references are available in the Discord server, and a lot of people are drawing together. I'm so happy to see that so many of you have joined me for this challenge, practice, community gathering, whatever it is. It's so nice to be drawing together, and I love to see the work that people are doing. So this was my ink spread, working with the calligraphy pen. And because I didn't want ink shining through the pages, the next page is a polychromos color pencil. This is a Hanamula Nostalgie sketchbook. I like this paper a lot. And so this has been my color pencil spread, and now I'm going to do ink again. So with Hayao Miyazaki for today's reference, and I have some bonus reference. I don't know how long this is going to be. Probably more than 10 minutes. I'm not even going to call this a 10-minute portrait, which we were doing in Advent. But the idea of these daily drawings is that you don't need a lot of time to have a consistent practice, that you just get to see a lot of faces, do a lot of drawings, and it's a great thing to do, to learn and develop and expand your practice. Here is the reference. It's also available in the Discord server. I will grab the link to the Discord server. Anyone watching will be able to join. I'll put it in the live chat. Oh, now it's hidden. This is sometimes a bit tricky trying to figure out things. I don't know why, but sometimes the live chat, not the live chat, what am I talking about? I'm thinking about too many things at once. Trying to get this, the Discord link, sometimes when I copy it, it doesn't work. So I'm just grabbing that. Perhaps if you're already in the Discord server, you could say hello in the live chat and tell us how it's been for you so far. I've been very, very happy to see so many people joining in, and that it's growing and flourishing, and people are sharing, and it's a really nice place to connect and share our stuff. Hi from Melbourne. You're up early. You should be getting ready for work, but you're here. Thank you for being here. Well, so we don't keep you too long from work, from getting ready, we'll start drawing. I just need to, I would love to share this link with you so that you, if you're not already, you can join the Discord server, and then we'll start drawing. So yeah, people have been, I still don't know what it is or how to get there. Did this copy link copied, paste. Yes, here we go, paste. Here's a link in the chat, Discord. There are multiple conversations in there. There's one called Daily Reference, and that is where I share the reference. You can also just draw along from the reference on the screen here. But if you would like to, you can get it from there. And you can also share your work there. It's really great seeing the work that people are doing there. Now, let's start drawing. Thank you all so much for being here. June, Ahor, Sellenberg, in the Netherlands. Cool. Shannon, my dear friend Shannon, who may do a live stream after this one. Shannon has been doing some daily live streams too, and Shannon is my dear live streaming friend, and everyone should subscribe to Shannon's channel and go to those live streams as well. All right, I'm going to just put a timer on for reference to kind of know where I'm at and start drawing. I was thinking I'm not going to draw everything in this image, but I would really love the portrait and the hand that is creating the magic. Hello, Kathy. Nice to have you here, Kathy, from the Catskills. All right, let's do it. So the other ink pages I've done, I wonder, this is a new sketchbook, a new practice, this daily practice, which is interwoven with my my mentorship, which is starting very soon. Please visit the link in the description that goes to my mentorship page. So I initially had this idea to provide daily reference for participants of the mentorship, and I thought it would be cool for everyone to draw from this daily reference. And just having a consistent daily practice is a very good way to grow. And I'm going straight into this with my calligraphy pen. I hope it's going to turn out okay. I don't know if I have I done live streams where I've done direct calligraphy pen. I think my favorite ever live stream sketch was of Hayao Miyazaki. I started with the blue colored pencil, and it just it's one of my favorite portraits that I've done. So I'm not even going to think that maybe this will be like that one. It's going to be different. It's going to be this one. But I was wondering, should I go straight into it with this pen, or should I be safe? Or I don't know. Is it even safer to go in with a pencil first? It might be. It might not. I don't know. There's a lot of shadow here. Can you see what I'm doing? I hope so. Everyone watching should hit the like button on this too. Thank you, Shannon, whether you're here in the live chat or watching the replay. Oh, my easel thing is not stable. What's going on? Yeah, so in the very, very near future, I'm starting my mentorship, and it's going to be really cool. I'll be on the 19th. So Kiki, good thing that you're here. I haven't been able to do anything recently because the kids have been here the whole time, and I thought I'd be preparing stuff. But I'm going to be in touch on the 19th of January. I'm going to do a webinar where we will have some fun together, and everyone's invited to it. And it's going to be about lightness and fun in our drawing practice. And where I'll also address everything about the mentorship, my vision for you as a participant, and what we're going to do and cover together and how it's going to work. Anyone can ask questions at any time. It's going to be a really, I think it's going to be a really great opportunity to spend time working together and practicing and setting some goals, maybe even, which is a thing that I often don't really think too much about goals or about what the long-term of trajectory of things is, but it can be a helpful thing to have, like a guiding star. And I have benefited greatly from mentorship in the past, and I'll be sharing more of my story in upcoming emails. So sign up to my mailing list. I'll tell you about like how I learned to draw, basically, and the journey that I've been on And also just ask me anything at any time. Just exceed the first version. I don't know if I can. I don't know if you've seen the first version, Ulf, but that Hayao Miyazaki drawing I did like 2 years ago, it was just like, I can't believe I did that in such a short space of time in a live stream. Often when I'm live streaming and talking, and I don't know, there's a different thing that happens, but that one was just like, just in the zone, channeled it. So I hope it would be nice to exceed the first version, because it's Hayao Miyazaki's birthday. Has anyone seen the documentary? I've just seen some stills as I was looking for a reference, and it was interesting to see some of the quotes that seemed kind of a bit bleak from Hayao Miyazaki. I love his work so much. It's been so much of the storytelling, the way it's addresses dark and light, basically. I guess something that I really appreciate about it, that it's quite ambiguous, and I don't know, it's even the people that you may think are like the side of the wrongdoers, that throughout the storytelling you totally understand like why they're doing what they're doing, and the sense of compassion and shared experience is really interesting. Like it's so untypical to so much storytelling that I'm familiar with, and many of us probably are, that I think it's really, it's worth cherishing, and I wish for more such storytelling in the world. So I really love the work of Hayao Miyazaki, and it was interesting just looking through, seeing some of the quotes, and I'll definitely check out this documentary sometime soon. But just kind of to think of, I think he's turning 84 today, and what his career and life has spanned, so many incredible films and so much happening in history, and it seems like his kind of view on the current state of the world, he's just kind of, I don't know, I haven't seen the documentary yet. This is just some of the screenshots and quotes that I've seen, but just kind of wondering where humanity's dreams have gone, and that's a very interesting question to ask. How's everyone doing? What's everyone drawing with? Do you have a favorite Hayao Miyazaki film? I think My Neighbor Totoro. I actually have bonus reference. I want to draw Totoro in here, so I have like the movie poster, or one of them, I guess, which I thought, once I've drawn the master here, that I could just do a line drawing next to it from My Neighbor Totoro. And I've recently been reading with my 11-year-old Nausicaa, the comics. We have this 7-part manga series, which is also really interesting. It's quite an incredible story. I feel like My Neighbor Totoro is really lovely, family friendly, can watch it with the little ones. A lot of the stories there's a lot of war dealt with, and in the storytelling in the context of Nausicaa, it's really interesting. It's a lot about the environment and these warring factions within some kind of sci-fi, maybe a future vision, and there's this great kind of forest which is almost inhabitable to most humans, which is kind of taking over the land, and kind of reabsorbing. There are these giant insects, and Nausicaa from the Valley of the Wind is the name of this story, and it's so cool. If you can read the the mangas. It's really wonderful. And yeah, it's a series that my 11-year-old is really enjoying at the moment. And there's a thing with my kids. I often wonder what's really cool stuff that I can share with them, entertainment and storytelling wise, and there's not a lot that I really feel like this is great to share. I don't know. I feel like I watched a lot as a kid, but I kind of wonder about a lot of things now, and wonder what it is that I want to share with my kids, and the vision of the world, and just for them to be able to experience some wonderful stories. And I definitely feel like the Studio Ghibli films are some wonderful stories. All right, that's 10 minutes. I feel like I haven't really got super far with this yet, but I didn't say it was going to be a 10-minute portrait. So Netflix, says Ed. Ulf is close to sleep. Yes, Chihiro. That is also such a cool film. Where can we see the documentary? Netflix. Excellent. Then I'll be able to watch it. Yeah, I would love to see the documentary. I'm very curious. So there was The Boy and the Heron is the latest Studio Ghibli film, I believe, and the documentary is called Hayao Miyazaki and the Heron. And if I've understood it correctly, it's following him throughout the creation of the film. So I think the documentary was made over the course of 4 years or something. Has anyone seen it? Ed, have you seen it? I have loved seeing how many people are joining the daily reference chat on the Discord server, and the last few days have been really nice. I love all of the reference that I choose. But it's been really cool. I got a voice message from Ray Wimley, the amazing freestyle artist, and Hanane Lazar, who we drew yesterday, who I've followed for years and just loved her Instagram. She saw and liked the image, and that's really nice. It's been different to the Advent series, where I got in touch with everyone who we drew, apart from Yusuf Kash. I've actually been looking through screenshots on my phone to choose the daily reference, because often when I see something where I'm like, it like just an image, a photo, which I think is really cool, of a cool person maybe, or maybe of someone I don't even know yet, but I'm like, this is interesting, and I'll grab a screenshot, and I have so many of them, and I've been going through these screenshots to get the daily reference, which has been really cool to use these screenshots and get around to drawing them. Nicole is loving the daily pics. Such good images. Yeah, I like them too. Ed hopes he'll be as alive and kicking when he reaches Hayao Miyazaki's age. Yeah, I wish that for all of us. And may we in some way be able to create something I don't know. I'm not going to say anything like he's made or contributed to the world, but I just wonder, as we have our drawing practice, which I think such a beautiful part of it is just the focus and the opportunity to connect. Yeah, I've thought about it a lot. Like, why draw? Why do we draw? What is it that we are experiencing as we draw? And some of the drawings I've done, I have some key memories of really like incredible experiences, just in the act of drawing. And yeah, I think something really special about drawing is just the focus that we experience as we draw. To be able to it's very much like meditation, just being able to single in on something, and in some way, if we've reached, I don't know if it has anything to do with how advanced we are in our practice, because one of the most kind of one of the drawing experiences which really left a huge impression on me, like I don't feel like I since I was a kid I really liked a lot of drawing, but and I had done art at school, but I hadn't studied art, and I didn't, apart from just the high school art practice, didn't have any kind of formal education. It was just something that guided me as I traveled. I had a sketchbook with me, which sometimes for months I wouldn't touch, and sometimes I would have a wild dream and I would try and draw something from the dream, or I drew a cricket once that I saw in Belgium, but I definitely didn't have a daily practice, and it was just something I like to do sometimes, and there was nothing particularly disciplined about it. It was just, sometimes it felt right to get out my sketchbook and draw something from within me, or something that I was witnessing in the world. And there was a phase when I was around 28, so when I had like my Saturn returns event in my life. I had been traveling a lot, and it was quite a incredible phase of my life, and then it kind of felt like I moved into a backwater of my life where everything had been in the flow and kind of magical and incredible, and then I was just in a phase of my life after traveling, and I came back to Australia, and I was just like, what am I even doing? What's going on? And it was strange, because externally everything seemed beautiful and great, and I had great experiences, and I had moved back to where I grew up with my wife, who I met while I was traveling, and I was close to my family, and so many things seemed really good, but for some reason I was like despairing and wondering about everything, and it was very puzzling to me because everything seemed okay. And there was this one day I went on a hike, and was spending time in nature. I had my sketchbook with me, and I just stopped and drew like a ruined old farmhouse, which couldn't have been that old because it's Australia. So but it was just like a pile of rubble, and at some point, as I was drawing the shape of these rocks intersecting with each other and the grass in front of it, that I had this real feeling of the separation, like the lack of separation between what I was seeing and what was happening on the paper, and there's some real being at one with what I was seeing, what I was drawing, and my perception. It was all just like not separate, and that was a really amazing experience. and I often think that maybe that's that kind of focus and that kind of connection is something that we can tap into and realize, and maybe we don't even realize. Maybe we're just drawing because it's fun, but there's something in that moment of focus that can potentially maybe not potentially, maybe always, but just the level of our awareness of that connection can be varied. Maybe we are aware, or maybe we are not. But I think the connection is still there, so it's a really special to be able to tap into that through this practice focus. All right, that's Hayao Miyazaki. What ink do I have in my pen, Marion? I have Pelican Brilliant Black ink. And because it's not waterproof, I can just like go like this, and then I can push it out over here a bit. Yeah, Pelican Brilliant Black. Hi Imola. You just joined Discord. Cool, cool. That is the ink that I have. What does this need? I don't know. It may need Totoro next to it. Have I? Let me see. Would everyone like to draw Totoro? Because I have this wonderful movie poster. You just oh, I didn't even notice the cigarette hanging from his lip. That's amazing. Ulf, thank you for pointing that out. I just saw now he has a cigarette hanging from his lip. I didn't notice it either. That's incredible. Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Here, my neighbor Totoro. We have the art book of this film, and for my kids haven't seen any not many feature-length films yet, but this is one that the whole family really enjoys. It's so lovely. My neighbor Totoro. If you haven't seen it yet, I strongly recommend it. Raise your hand if you didn't see the cigarette. Wow. I haven't got the space left for the cigarette. But yeah, in a lot of the images I saw of him, he was smoking. That is what an incredible awareness exercise. And just being aware of what you're looking at, what you're drawing. I have a black and white reference here. I'm gonna say it's because of that I didn't notice, and because I was talking all the time. What age is Totoro recommended? Holly is 6, and she was either 5. Yeah, I think maybe around 5 when we watched it. Maybe 4, but I'm not sure. But it's very fun. It's not too long. It's quite I think it's maybe from 84 or something. So it's kind of, there is some wild, weird stuff in it, but it's I feel like it's quite a calm film. And there are some things that happen. I put this dark mark here. Or this should be the cigarette, but what's going on? Or can I kind of cheekily put it in here? I noticed something. There's this shape here. That could have been the cigarette, but then it's not really hanging from his mouth properly. Yeah, I think it depends what kind of exposure your children have to media. We've read a lot of books. That has been our media of choice with our kids. And now there's kind of a lot more that they're into. They're a bit older, but Totoro was the first feature-length film we watched with our kids. And either 4.5, 5, something like that. I feel like this is kind of nice, but I want to add a bit more to it. So this is going to be like way out past. Let's forget about 10-minute portraits for now. Let's just draw Hayao Miyazaki on his birthday. How's everyone doing? A lot of people in the daily practice chat have been trying to stick to 10 minutes, which is great, because I would like it to feel flexible in the way that whatever time you have available, that's what you can do. So some of the sketches I have done have been quicker, and some have taken more time, and I think in the long run it's kind of relaxing to think there's no requirement. It's all open, And if we have 5 minutes to draw, then we just draw for 5 minutes. But if we have the time and get into it, then we can let it expand to an hour or longer. There's been some really wonderful pieces that people have done. Oh, I don't really have space for the cigarette anymore. It's confusing me. It should be here, but now that's grey and it should be white. And oh well, it'll be a funny thing that we just know about. Just leave the cigarette out. It wasn't meant that it's missing in my drawing. Thank you, Ulf. Oh, your nephew's 6. Yes. 6-year-old. What else is cool? Arrietty is another Studio Ghibli film, which is really cool for little folk, and it's about little folk. Arrietty and Kiki's Delivery Service is another good one. Ponyo, which is also, the age rating is like 0. But when I first tried to watch it with my kids, my kids were freaked out. It's pretty weird, but it's wonderful. I love strange things, and Ponyo is delightfully strange. Hannah-Marie, you didn't forget about the live stream. I only told people 10 minutes before I started that I was going to do it. But from now on, I'm going to do it like the coming evenings, a similar time. Let's try and say 9 p.m. German time. I'm gonna be doing live streams from the Daily Reference, and I would love to have you along for the journey. And that'll be leading towards, on the 19th, I'll do a webinar, which will be a Zoom-only event where we can hang out and chat together and have a playful approach to our sketching practice. It will be the focus of that, where I will talk about my mentorship. If anyone has any queries, curiosity, definitely come and check that out. On the 19th of January, you can already put it in your calendar and join my mailing list, because I'm going to be sharing about it there, and the link is in the description. And if you're curious about the mentorship, there's a link in the description to my website, where there's a video of me talking about it and a lot of commonly asked questions and answers, which you can read up on. And if you feel like you could benefit from a really intimate, guided experience through learning and exploration and community, because the group aspect of the mentorship is going to be a wonderful and important part of it, then just send me an email and get in touch, because it's going to be great. And I'll have the 19th, the webinar won't just be advertising. It will be advertising, but it will also just be a really cool drawing session together. And I love Zoom sessions. I've been hosting them now for nearly 5 years, and I really appreciate the opportunity to connect face to face. You don't have to turn your camera on if you don't want to, but it's just nice to feel like we're sitting at the table together as we're drawing and talking through things. All right, I thought I would leave out all of the clothing, but no, I haven't. But just added a few more marks and feeling a bit more prepared to move on. That the cigarette kind of blew my mind. Now it's kind of ambiguously could kind of be there, but it's not, and it's okay. Just wondering now if there's any kind of deliberate choices I can make to make this drawing a bit have a bit more weight to it. Some of the gentle line making. I think that's something I noticed in the live streams with this pen. I catch myself being careful with it. And when I'm drawing off camera, or for a tutorial, I kind of have a different mindset, and I'm able to be super bold and make kind of more daring choices. And for some reason, when I do it on camera, I seem to switch into a more hesitant kind of application of the ink. Because it can be pretty uncomfortable using ink, but I think it's such an incredible teacher. And just thinking of the first page of this sketchbook, the boldness and the kind of immediacy of the drawings there, there's something different happening here. So perhaps by doing the daily practice on screen, I can also try and switch into more of that mode, see if I can bring some of the boldness of those drawings to the live stream as well. And there's a lot to be said for drawing in silence and not talking the whole time. Like that incredible experience I had drawing ruins, and that sense of connection. If I had been talking the whole time, I'm not sure I would have experienced it in quite the same manner. Cristobal is here. Hello. Avoid hands at all costs. But this is approachable, yeah. It's a really nice hand. I'm not totally happy with my hand drawing at the moment, but we're all drawing, so it's nice to kind of bring that, the honouring his hands that have created so many amazing things. Kathy, you have to run. See you on Tuesday. Everyone can come and draw with us in Zoom on Tuesday. See you Tuesday, Kathy. It is an interesting looking pen. I think it's a brush. At first I also thought, are you talking about this or the one that he's using? This is a calligraphy pen. It's Herlitz My Pen, calligraphy pen set that comes with 3 nibs. And there is a Faber-Castell calligraphy pen set, which is very comparable. And at least at the time when I got it, was fairly affordable. A lot of I refill the cartridges with a syringe. I was originally refilling with a syringe. The parallel pen, I refill the cartridges with a syringe because I don't want to buy cartridges every time. And you use a lot of ink with the parallel pens. At least that's what I have found. But you can get, what's it called? There's this thing which has like a plunger in it, and you put that in the nib, and it like sucks ink up into it. So that makes these nice and reusable. Because I don't really like creating a lot of garbage from my image creation. So I like having reusable cartridges. I don't know. Converter. Thank you, Cristobal and Hannah-Marie. What is the difference from this to the parallel pen? So, let me see. There is a significant difference in the way that the ink flows. The parallel pen is much broader. I'll see if I would draw a little diagram. These calligraphy pens have a nib which has two tines like this, and there's down below here, as these two tines, pressure gets put on them, they separate and the ink flows out of them. So you have this with these pointed pens that they can flare out. The flat nib, that's not what it's about. I think like just getting that kind of line is great, and putting it on the side and getting that kind of line is great, and you can kind of twist it in between. This is not really about pushing down to flare and get line variation. The variation comes from moving it like this, whereas a pointed nib you can really flare out and get variation that way. And then down here it has your converter, reservoir, whatever, where all the ink is. And the parallel pen, the nib, you have the nib like this. This one is empty. And so the front of the nib is flat. Maybe they're both empty. I'll just draw it. So the nib looks different. And the way the parallel pen works is it's kind of like this at the tip. And from the side, in profile, it's like you have the tines like this from the side, and the ink is flowing up into here. There's a lot of ink delivered to the nib of the pen here. So we look down on it like that, but from the side, the ink is filling this space, and as you draw with the parallel pen, it's kind of flowing out that way. But I draw with them in the same way that I do with these ones, but it's the delivery of the ink which is different, I guess. But it's just a broad edge drawing tool, and I like these flat, broad drawing and painting tools. That's the difference. Okay, I wanted to draw Totoro here, and then maybe go to bed. See how I can go with this in a way which is going to be nice. You're very welcome. Thank you for asking. Feel free to ask any questions. Anyone have any questions? Feel free to ask. So here I have this other reference. And I think I considered drawing the whole thing, but I think I'll just draw Totoro. I'm just wondering if I should use something different, or the same pen. Same pen, I've got it here. Let's go with it. And this will be definitely under 10 minutes, and then we'll say it's done for today. And make these daily reference practices. They will vary in length. So I'll try and keep a lot of them to around the 10-minute mark, because I feel like it's not asking too much of anyone, not asking too much of myself, not asking too much of you. And it could just be a starting point. It could be the first 10 minutes, and then you can spend as much time as you like. That'll also make it feel like not a huge commitment, but still a lot of practice together. Yeah, so let's say the coming live streams, so each evening at 9 p.m. German time, I will aim to be here with you. I'd love you all to be here. And we will do the daily reference, and it may be around 10 minutes, and if it's a really exciting reference or there's something in the drawing process that I'm getting into, then it could be longer. say my drawing setup here is also very different. When I'm not drawing on screen, I have an easel on the desk on the side with this over my shoulder. I'm kind of like doing a trick shot playing pool, leaning out over the desk. Bit of a strange posture. We have baby rabbits. I wasn't expecting it. But we have 2 very cute little baby rabbits. We had 3 rabbits. We thought we had 2 boys and a girl as babies. That's what we were told. And we didn't want to have more than 3 rabbits. So we took precautions. But now we have 5 rabbits. And it's not the best time of year, I think, to be having little baby rabbits outside. So Mama Rabbit has moved inside. And they must be, I don't know a lot about rabbits, I'm learning, but they must be less than 10 days old because they still have their eyes closed. If the internet is right, and at 10 days then they open their eyes. But they're very cute, and we do our best to ensure that they have all they need. The kids are very excited. Does anyone else have rabbits? This is a leaf on Totoro's head as an umbrella. June, with just 2 female hamsters. One day you had 23 hamsters. Wow, that's a lot of hamsters. Yeah, the friends that we got these rabbits from, they called us last year, and I think they were like, "We've got so many rabbits. Do you need rabbits?" I was like, "Oh, actually, earlier last year we had been thinking about maybe having a pet. We've never had pets with the kids, and then we got these little rabbits, and they had 3 rabbits." And then one day they had more. And rabbits, whilst pregnant, before even having given birth to their litter, can become pregnant again. And so that's something that we will be looking out for, to see if it's going to stay at 5 or if it's going to be more. But yeah, we've separated what we thought were the 2 female rabbits. Turns out our friend, who was a vet, came over and was like, "This is definitely a mention," and they're no longer together for now. So I'll be able to keep you posted. Hopefully things will turn out well, but it's been very cold here, so we brought them in, and I hope that they have everything they need. Alright, this is not the best drawing of Totoro I've seen, but it's the first drawing of Totoro I've ever done, and it was fun to draw. Thank you everyone for being here. This is like 6.5 minute Totoro. And let's say this is it for today. we'll be here again tomorrow, which will be Monday, and then who knows for how many days, how many evenings. It's also, if I can keep it to 10 minutes, then it's less of a, let's say, less of a strain on the family, because I can easily keep going for much longer than 10 minutes. But then it's easier for me to say, okay, it's just going to be a 10-minute live stream. And then it can become a doable thing. And if it stretches out and takes up a lot of time, and because it's this whole puzzle of getting the kids ready for bed, making sure they're asleep, getting enough sleep before we have to get up and get them to school and kindergarten and stuff. But yeah, it's something I love being here and drawing with you. So this is a thing that we will do with these daily references. And as I mentioned earlier, this, see if I can grab that link again. If you joined after the link was shared, you can join the Discord server here and get the references to work from. The film poster was a bonus reference. I'll put that in the chat over there as well. This is the one I shared today, which was, just to give credit and appreciation where it is due, this image was shared on Instagram by Ghibli Brazil. So thank you, Ghibli Brazil, for sharing this birthday post. A lot of the references we've been sketching I've been finding on Instagram. And if you join the Discord server, there are also other resources there. Oh, I see people are already posting their sketches from here, over there. Cool. There's a resources conversation where you can find cool places to find references, and there are a lot of things happening, and people are sharing just some other work that they're working on and sharing their social media with each other, and it's a really nice place to share and connect. So thank you for everyone who's joining with that. And if everything works out tomorrow, I'm going to be filming a tutorial for my Patreon supporters. Thank you to all of you. It's going to be about illumination, inspired by last month's workshops. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you. It was great having you all here. Yeah, it was. This was fun. It was. It's not. I wouldn't say it surpassed the first portrait of Hayao Miyazaki. It's very different, and I had fun making it, and it was nice being here with you, having you here during its creation. So thank you, everyone, and maybe you'll be back here tomorrow. Bring your friends. Tag me if you're sharing on Instagram at Dylan Sara, #drawingwithdylan, and tell people, hey, come and draw with us. Come and draw with Dylan and me every day. And yeah, it'd be really great to have more people joining and sketching along with us, because it's just so much fun creating together. So thank you, everyone. Just to connect these two, Totoro was just floating out in the void. So I'm going to draw this sleeve in, which is going to connect the creator to his creation. All right. Okay. I'm going to leave it like that. Now I see all these other possibilities for like drawing stuff in the fabric or making the background darker or something, but let's just leave it at that for now. Thank you very much for being here.